Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Drew. Today we're going to talk about why dating sucks. We all know dating sucks today, right? And I'm going to provide a little bit of different viewpoint than most people are talking about. Today we're going to talk about how dating sucks because of social media and how social media has ruined dating. And yes, it's opened up the world for women. But what it's done is it's also made women entitled and lazy when it comes to dating. And in life with anything, if you don't work for something, you're not going to value it, right? So if you don't work for anything, you're not going to value it. And women don't have to work for men at all. And that's why they don't value men. Their inboxes and all that are just flooded with men trying to get their attention, right? And so hear me out, right? This is how it's ruined women. Social media has ruined women. What did women have to do in order to get a man's attention? Like, let's say she was crushing on Johnny, right? Back in the day before social media. What did she have to do to get Johnny's attention, right? All right, think about it. There was no social media back then, okay? There were no cell phones, there were none of that. How'd she have to get Johnny's attention? She had to get her ass out of bed. She had to get her in the shower. Then she had to pick out a nice outfit and get dressed. Then she had to sit in front of her vanity, do her makeup and all that stuff. You know, she's taking time. She's working on herself, right? She had to put on her face, her makeup. Then she had to call up her girlfriends and be like, hey, are we meeting at the Shake Shack? You know, we making it a burger joint, you know, wherever. Oh, well, I hope Johnny's going to be there. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he won't. I don't know. You know, then you go out with your friends, right? And then when you're out with friends, you go socialize. You go up and talk to people. And women, they went and talked to guys that they were attracted to, right? They weren't sitting back in the corner going, oh, well, if he doesn't make a move, he must not want me. No, that's BS, all right? You ever heard of dropping the handkerchief, ladies? Right? Do you know what that means? That means giving men the inclination that you're interested in them so that they can pursue you. Men aren't going to waste their time pursuing you if you don't drop the handkerchief and let them know that you like them first. There's no way. Especially today. There's just no point in men pursuing you. That doesn't mean men aren't men, but we'll get back to that. Let's talk about the social media aspect, right? So, like I said, women had to work. They had to put their face on and get their outfit ready and go out and do something, socialize, go talk to people in order to get that attention. They had to work for it. They had to work for a boy's or a man's attention in order to get attention from men, right? Nowadays, with social media, they can wake up in the morning, first thing, half naked, roll over and take a selfie of the hair all messed up, face all fucked up, take a half naked selfie, click, put it on social media, and within seconds, she's getting all of that same attention from hundreds and thousands of men all over the internet, all over the world. She doesn't have to get in the shower and get dressed. She doesn't have to put her face on. She doesn't got to call up her girlfriends. She doesn't have to go out and socialize. She doesn't have to say a darn word, which has made women's minds arrogant and haughty. It has given women the air of superiority that they are this hot commodity because a bunch of weak men fawn all over them. Ladies, commanding the presence of a bunch of weak ass dudes is not the flex that you think it is. Okay? Just because you can command the attention of a bunch of weak men that you don't want, that's not a flex. Okay? At all. That's like a guy saying that he can molest children because it's easy, right? Yeah, it's easy and it's wrong. Same thing for you ladies. You can command the attention of a bunch of weak ass dudes, but guess what? That ain't nothing to brag about, okay? Because it's still not the guys that you want. And why aren't you getting the guys that you want? Well, because you're entitled and you have this air of, well, I'm better. And, well, guys don't think that's attractive. It doesn't matter how pretty you are. It doesn't matter how hot you are. If you have an attitude like that, as soon as you open your mouth, and or you don't even have to open your mouth, as soon as that energy comes across, we're done. Like, we don't want you. I mean, I can't speak for most men, but I can speak for myself. And I'm a successful dude. I own my own business. I work for myself. It is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. And I just got home from work, and I just went to work at noon. You see what I'm saying? Like, I only worked for 3 hours today, and I'm back home. I make over 100K a year plus, and only have to work between 10 to 20 hours a week. Okay, I am successful. I have my own house. I have my own property. I own a couple vehicles. I own my own business. Nobody tells me what I can or can't do in my house or on my property or in my life. Absolutely not. You can't get me just because you're pretty, ladies. Okay? Pretty women are a dime a dozen. I've been inside many of you. Your beauty ain't special. It's what's attached to it, right? And so this is why dating is fucked up, because it is you women that have gotten so haughty and so arrogant to think that you can just command anybody's attention and that men should just worship the ground that you walk on. No, we shouldn't. What are you doing for us? Like let's put this in perspective, right? All right, a successful man, right? Like I'm not even rich, right? But I do pretty well for myself. I'm not even a Chad. I mean, look at me. I got a busted face, a busted tooth, but I still get attention from women and get laid. Absolutely. Absolutely I do. And I don't even go looking for it. That's my whole point, is I know that I'm attractive, right? But here's the thing. I don't want a problem in my life. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to do my laundry. I don't need you to cook for me. I don't need you to clean for me. I don't need you to do anything for me. Why? I built my business from the ground up without you. Okay? I built my life from the ground up without you. I built my house and bought my house and my property and maintain it from the ground up without you. See what I'm saying? I maintain my mower, my chainsaw, my weed eater. I do my brakes and my oil changes on both my car and truck myself without you ladies. Okay? If I can do all that, plus all the domestic stuff, the cooking, cleaning, my own laundry, all that, take care of my own appointments, I can even run my own business without you on top of all the domestic stuff. What do I need you for? Besides sex. It's a legit question. What do successful men need you for besides sex? We don't. That's my whole point. We don't need companionship. That's what dogs are for, right? And we don't need a best friend in a woman, because you can't ever understand us because, well, you're not a man. So why would we want to bounce ideas off of you? You can't give us good advice. You're not a man. You've never lived life as a man. So again, women, you don't understand. And a lot of women, and I'm not saying men aren't at fault, because there's a lot of men watching this that hopefully have watched some of my videos that understand they're the problem too. Men are the problem in the fact that they don't know how to attract women. They don't know how to get where I'm at. They don't know how to have the confidence I do. They don't know, or other men like me that know what we're doing. Most men don't have that. They're bumbling around in life going, oh, I don't know. Let's play some video games. Yeah, women suck, so I'm just going to play video games. Like, men have no ambition. Like, I know this is an unpopular opinion, gentlemen, but if you play video games more than an hour a day, you're a fucking loser. Point blank, period. And you're not building your life to where you're going to be attractive to women, period. All right? Women aren't attracted to dudes that play video games, and that's unless they're losers that play video games too. But again, mature people don't play video games. Why? Because we're too busy building our lives, right? What are video games? Let's think about it. It's virtual worlds. So you're playing in a virtual world and accruing accolades and achievements in a virtual world that doesn't exist, and you're getting validation and attention from other people for it. And you still wonder why you're insecure. Because confidence doesn't come from building fake fantasy make-believe virtual worlds. Confidence, true confidence from within, comes from building yourself and your life, your real life, okay? Most of you all are not doing that, men and women. Well, the women are, because they can't rely on men right now, because men aren't men. And men aren't men right now because men don't know how to control their emotions. One, that's immaturity. And two, you were never taught how to get women. So you're bumbling around in life trying to figure it out. That's why you're watching videos on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shaming you for that. I'm just calling the kettle black is all I'm doing. Because there is a problem. These problems are going on, abso-freaking-lutely. And people don't know what they're doing in this life. And I've talked about it in my last video too. People, men and women, don't understand nature of men and women. Like, women don't understand their nature, and they don't understand men's nature, and men damn sure don't understand women's nature, or even how to get women, because if they understood women's nature, then they'd be able to get them, right? So they don't understand women because they're not able to get laid, and they don't understand themselves because they're willing to go against themselves in order to get laid. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's all messed up. And people in general are messed up, but a lot of it has to do with social media and how arrogant, and I like to use the word haughty. I think women have become haughty. The word haughty, look it up. I mean, I'll give you the definition right now. The word haughty means an attitude or an air of superiority and arrogant attitude, that they're better than others, right? That's women right now. They think they're better than men right now, right? Better at what? Having kids? Sure, absolutely. You're better than men at having children and growing life inside you and birthing it. Men can't do that. We know that. I'm not insecure about that. I don't want to do that. So I don't care. Like, I'm not going, well, damn it, I can do whatever a woman can do. Like, no, that's insecurity, right? But that's what women are doing. They're going, well, I can do everything a man can do. Well, that's because you're insecure about being a woman and your whole role as a woman. Point blank, period. All right? Men don't need you to go to work and make money for us. All right? Only weak dudes do, right? Like I said, I make over 100K a year working part-time, 10 to 20 hours a week. Do you think I need your money, ladies? No. Okay? It's not. You actually having money and having a job is nice. Sure, absolutely. You can pay for yourself. Good job. You're an adult. That doesn't make you special. Okay? That doesn't make you strong. That doesn't make you, okay, it might make you a little independent. Sure, well, I'm strong and independent, so. Like, you don't hear men shouting from the rooftops, oh, I'm a strong and independent man. I don't need no woman. Like, you don't hear that. Like, because only insecure people need to say stuff like that, right? Confidence is silent. You already know. You don't need to tell people, right? Insecurities are loud, right? I'm a king, I'm a queen. No, you're not. If you got to say it, you're not. And I know you're not anyways, even if you did say it, because, well, kings and queens command armies. None of y'all bitches and none of y'all dudes command any armies. Y'all are a bunch of little fuckers, okay? Y'all ain't shit. Nobody is shit. I'm not either. Don't get me wrong. That's my whole point, though, is all of us are average. Even me, the successful dude that has what most dudes don't have. Even me, I'm average. I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm better than any other man, even though I have other stuff, sure. But I don't think I'm better than them, because I'm not. I just have figured out life a little bit better. Yes. And I've moved towards those goals and I've achieved my goals. But that's what makes people confident, is setting goals and achieving them. See, women think that getting attention from men online gives them confidence. No, it doesn't. That gives you an ego boost. Ego and confidence are two completely different things. Confidence is an inner security where you don't need the validation of other people, right? That's cultivated yourself. You don't need people to tell you how pretty you are or how smart you are or how awesome you are or this, that, the other, All right. Does it feel good? Sure. But that's the ego, right? It's fleeting because I can pop your ego in a second, right? That's why it's all ego. It's not confidence because I can pop it in a second. All right. That's why you need constant validation and reassurance to feel good because it's all ego. It's not inner confidence. Inner confidence, you don't need that stuff from other people. You don't need other people to tell you how awesome you are and all that stuff, like I just said. You don't need that. You don't need men or women to tell you how pretty you are. You already know, right? But being pretty still isn't enough to be confident, right? Confidence comes from knowing exactly who you are and why you're here. And if you don't know that, if you haven't sat down and really understood who and what you are, because those are two totally different things too. Who you are, and I've talked about this in other videos, who you are and what you are two completely separate things. Who you are is your personality, your character, all those things, those little nuances about who you are, right? What you are is a man or a woman, period. There is nothing but that. And I don't care if you cry or cuss me or whatever you do. There's only two. You're either a man or you're a woman. That's it. Okay? And furthermore, if you're confused about where those go, you're even more messed up. Okay? This can't procreate with children. Okay? You can't make children. That's part of the human experience. It's procreating, is co-creating another life with another person. You can't do that with same gender. It's two guys. You can't co-create a life. Same thing with women. You can't co-create a life doing this. It's not natural. Therefore, you are literally going against yourselves by putting up with that and or by entertaining those thoughts and or being an ally for that. Because you're literally saying it's okay to go against nature. You're saying that it's okay to be healthy and miserable and toxic. That's what you're saying by saying that it's okay to do those things. Because they're unnatural. Anything we're doing that's not natural is not good for us, period. Birth control isn't good for you ladies. It messes up your hormones very badly, but you all want it so that you don't get pregnant. Why? Well, because you want control over your stuff. Why don't you just control yourself? See what I'm saying? Everybody wants a quick fix for everything. Nobody wants to do any work. And women especially, they don't want to work for any man nowadays. That's why they don't have a man. And that's why men aren't agreeing to relationships. Like I said earlier, I'm a successful dude. I can take care of myself. I take care of my own cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. My house is spotless, man. There might be a few things here and there, but I keep my house nice and clean and spotless and all that stuff. For the most part, sure. Could I dust? Absolutely. But my point is I don't need a woman to come in here and take care of me, right? Women don't understand that men don't need you, okay? The only thing we need you for is to have a family. And if you're a selfish woman, if you're a shallow woman, if you're disloyal, if you're only loyal to your feelings, which is most women anyways, why are guys going to commit their whole lives to you? I think, see, nothing in this life is forever. Nothing, okay? Nothing. Not this desk, not this camera, not my phone, not this chair. Nothing in this life lasts forever, especially not relationships. Relationships do not last a lifetime, okay? But people are so stupid and arrogant to think that your relationship and your marriage is going to be forever, for the rest of your life. No, it's not. All right? And then now knowing that, why would you sign up for it to be for the rest of your life when you know it's not going to? See what I'm saying? Men need to understand that women are only loyal to their feelings. Women are only loyal to how you make them feel. So you have to understand that if you can't make them feel certain things consistently, they're going to leave you guys, period. You have to be okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't want to continuously have to engage somebody's emotions. I don't want to do that. Too much work for me. anything that you got to work for as far as relationship wise, I just don't think it's worth it. Do I think, men need to just sit on their haunches and just wait for women to come pursue them? No. But I'm not saying women need to do that either, okay? People need to be authentic in their attraction for each other. But as far as, you should never sacrifice your happiness. See, I think it's dumb for women to expect men to be miserable for them. You know what I mean? Like I talked in the last video about how monogamy is not natural for men, right? Well, it's not. Because, and I'll expound on that. I'm sure if you watched the last video, if you haven't watched that, I'll watch the last one. But monogamy is not natural for men at all. It doesn't matter if we find a woman that we love or not. We still want to stick our D in other women, no matter how good she treats us or not. Because men are not loyal creatures sexually. That's not how men operate. We'll stick our D in anybody that'll let us. Why? Because we can't usually. All right? It's easy for women to get laid. All you have to do is open your legs on a street corner and just wait. Somebody will be along in seconds to F you. You know what I mean? Men, if we were to do that, sit on a chair and be like, hey, yep, free dick. We'd get zero, or we'd have the cops called on us. See what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy for men to get laid. It's easy as hell for women to get laid. It might not be the guy that you want, but it's easy as hell, right? Men can't even get the women that we don't want to fuck us. Do you see what I'm saying? It's hard for men to get laid. That's why we have a natural proclivity and biology to mate and spread our seed with anybody that's going to let us. And you can't turn that off. Even when we get into a committed relationship where we think we love you, guess what? We still have that drive. You can't turn it off. And then, women will, just control yourself. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, ladies, why don't you just control your period and turn it the fuck off? You can't do that, can you? Because it's impossible. It's your biological nature. Same thing with men's. And that's why it's selfish of women to expect that of men. But social media has absolutely ruined women and ruined dating because it's made women lazy when it comes to men. And you all are entitled. Women are entitled. And you think you're entitled to men. You think you're entitled to men's attention and validation, and that men should just fawn all over you and open doors for you and do all this stuff for you and display all these grand gestures of affection for you. For what? What'd you do for us? Just because you exist? Pfft, fuck out of here, man. There's a billion freaking people on the planet. How the fuck am I going to do anything for you? What have you done for me? When have you gone out of your way for me to help me in my life? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't need your help. That's the whole point. I don't need your help, ladies. If all I need from you is sex, and that's all you're giving me, why would I want anything else from you? I mean, I honestly, unless I want a family and to have kids, I don't need a woman. No, but I don't want a guy either. No. Don't even try to shame me, because I know that's a manipulation tactic. Oh, well, why don't you just screw men? No. Don't try that manipulation crap with me. We ain't going there. That's all shaming manipulation tactic, and it doesn't work here. Okay? Get that crap somewhere else. Go peddle that bullshit to some other freaking weak-ass dudes. It ain't happening here. Okay? No. I love women. Love them. But I also love myself. And I love myself more. And men should love themselves more than any woman. Absolutely. Unless they have kids. Then he should love the kids more than himself. But he should still love himself more than his kid. More than his woman. Absolutely. Because women, they don't give two fucks about you. All right? They don't. They're only in it from themselves. I've already talked about this in other videos. Men, you have to be on the defensive because women are always on the offensive. Women don't enter relationships to see what they can give to you. That's why they're bitching about men right now, is because men aren't giving anything to them, right? Well, why do you think that is? Because women ain't offering us anything. What were we just talking about, right? So, again, if a woman isn't helping me out or helping out or working to get a man's attention or affection, she doesn't deserve it. And it's not that it's not even manipulation or anything like that. It's just, well, I want to know that somebody desires me. It's all about desire at the end of the day, right? And you're going to work for somebody that you desire, right? You're going to, it's, you ever heard this, the saying labor of love, right? See, when you love someone, you naturally want to work for them, right? And that's what I'm trying to say is men need to understand how to tap into a woman's love, because women aren't going to want to just work for men just right off the bat. And I get that. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, you can't just sit back and just expect men to just fawn all over you. It doesn't work like that either, ladies. Because your attitudes, your arrogance and your attitudes are completely unattractive. Your bodies are beautiful, absolutely, except for the fatties, you know, but I don't fuck fat bitches, so. But anyways, social media, man, it's even ruined the fat women. You got, you know, what's that phrase? We got the 49ers, you know, the fours thinking they're nines. You know, I don't even believe in the whole number rating scale. But if I was, I think that's hilarious because, again, four women that are fours thinking that they're as valuable as nines. That's what social media has done to women and women's minds, women's brains. It's a way to manipulate women, and it works brilliantly. They don't call the economy in America the she economy for no reason. Women make up 80% of all consumers and spending money and all that stuff. And even social media is a woman thing. Yes, there are men on social media, but it's overwhelmingly more active female users on social media than there are men. Men, you know, if we're men doing men things, we don't have time for social media. See what I'm saying? Usually I don't have time to get on and just mindlessly scroll and I don't care what other people are doing either. I got my own life to deal with. I'm too busy building my life, right? Building my business more, building my house more, working on my house, working on projects, doing some landscaping outside, doing some stuff on my driveway, you know, cutting down trees with my chainsaw, hauling them off, having a burn. You see what I'm saying? I don't have time for social media. I got stuff to do. So any dude that's playing video games, he ain't a man. He's a boy. That's my whole point with the video game thing, is men don't have time for video games. If you've got a grown man playing video games, he is a man-child. He is a child trapped in a man's body. Still, he is immature. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about women, and we're talking about how social media has messed them up. So video games have done to men what social media has done to women. See, social media has ruined women, but video games and porn have ruined men, because it makes you docile and not want to put any effort. Well, you know, if I can't have it in real life, then at least I can have this awesome house in a video game land. Yay! Oh, yay. Good job, Johnny. Oh, you got that video game house. Good for you. Look at you, completed in Minecraft. Good for you. Awesome. Yay. That's stupid. That's absolutely ridiculous. You know, why is a grown man trying to get accolades from peers, from children, for building video games and video game stuff? Like, really, guys? Come on, man. Be better, for fuck's sakes, man. Anyways, men need to be better. Women need to be better. All y'all need to be better. I need to be better in areas too. Absolutely. I'm not impervious to any of that. There is definitely growth going on with me all the time. But I'm self-aware about it, and I am open and willing to learn. You know, I don't just sit back and go, well, if women don't like me, fuck them, you know? No, I try to actively be like, what can I improve on? How can I be more attractive? You know what I'm saying? And not even for them, but for me. Like, I'm not even doing it for them. I'm doing it to build myself for my own confidence and happiness. Because if I can get attention from women, it's the same thing as women getting attention from men. See, women have gotten attention from men all the time, and it's made them extremely confident, but that confidence is boiled over into arrogance and haughtiness, right? But see, men, we don't get very much attention from women, so we're not even confident at all about that. Most men are insecure when it comes to women because men don't know how to get attention from women. But I do. I get it all the time. And so that's made me confident and even more confident in myself and my abilities in talking to and communicating with women. And I talk about these topics all the time with clients of mine. And I hear it from both sides. I hear it from the guy's side and I hear it from the woman's side. And none of what I'm saying is wrong. And I know it's not. I see it every day, and not just with my own experiences. I see it with experiences with everybody else too. I am an observer. I like to go out into the world and I like to shut up and I like to just watch and observe and make calculations and analyze people's behavior. And I also understand psychology very well. And what is psychology? It's the study of why we do the things that we do, right? Well, it's a great thing to know, because if you know about yourself, then you can understand people a little bit easier, right? So I am extremely self-aware about myself. I've come a long way. I used to be a freaking moron when it comes to this stuff. 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, I was a bumbling idiot trying to buy flowers and gifts for women, trying to bribe them for attention and affection, right? I'll admit it, I did that. Yeah, I was that guy, absolutely. I had no idea what I was doing, but now I do. And I don't need to go chase down women to get their attention. I attract them. They come to me now, and they let me know. And any woman that doesn't let me know that she's attracted to me, and if she is, she's being disingenuous and inauthentic. And that's not the type of woman I want anyway. So if a woman doesn't let me know that she's attracted to me, well, I'm not worried about that woman. I personally only ever deal and give attention to women that give me attention first, and that let me know, hey, I like you, dude, or are not subtle about it. All right. I don't want somebody that beats around the bush. I don't want a woman that's, I don't give my attention to women that are, well, I don't know. No, fuck that. You're either in or you're out. Period. But that's me. I don't deal with maybes. I don't deal with, no. Absolutely not. If a woman isn't showing her interest in me and giving it to me freely, I don't bother pursuing anymore. Thankfully, they do, though. But y'all need to figure that out for yourselves, gentlemen. Y'all need to figure out how to do that. And I guarantee you guys, that if you look back in your lives, guys, I guarantee that there's been women that made it clear to you that they were interested in you, but you just didn't pick up on it at the time. Like I said in other videos, women are covert, men are overt. When we like women, we go, I like you. Like, look at this. There's no hiding it. We just do it. When women like men, they're covert about it. They don't let us know, which is disingenuous and inauthentic. It's deceitful, right? That's why I don't want a woman that does that. I want a woman that's honest about her attraction for me and doesn't hide it and doesn't play games, right? But too many women are afraid of being vulnerable. Too many men too. I'm looking at you guys, and look, I'm afraid of being vulnerable with women, absolutely, because I've been hurt too many times. And it's not just the women that I've chosen. I see manipulation in women that I haven't even been with. Okay, so I know all women are manipulative. I've talked about that before. I just understand women on a whole nother level. Like they can't hurt me anymore because I know how to deal with them. Because I know what to expect. I expect them all to be manipulative now. I expect them to be deceitful now. You see what I'm saying? So women aren't inherently good. Like, that's not, I've even known church women and Christian women to be deceitful, cunning, manipulative, cheating, all that stuff. There's no such thing as a good woman. I had another video about this topic specifically. Go find that one. There's no such thing as a good woman. All women are deceitful and manipulative. Period. They have figured out how to manipulate and deceive men subtly enough to where we don't call it out and that they get away with it. And that's why they act as haughty and as crappy as they do, is because men have allowed it. I don't allow it, personally. I call it out. Like I said, even in my last video, I told you about my boss's, my old boss, my buddy's wife, her trying to manipulate the situation. I called her out on it and cussed her out in front of the restaurant. And my buddy never got on my case or fired me for it or anything like that. He was standing right next to me and watched the whole thing happen. I was laying into her. Never said a word to me about it. Why? Because he knew I was right, and he didn't have the freaking balls to say anything. Like, I don't got any problem. I don't have a problem pissing off women or pissing off people. I don't give a fuck about y'all getting butt hurt. You think I care? You think I care if y'all butt hurt? Comment in the comment section below. Butt hurt about this video? Nope. I'm still living my life, still being successful, still smiling, still living it up, still only working 10 to 20 hours a week, still making over 100K a year, still doing my thing, being happy as a clam, getting attention from people. You know, y'all ain't got nothing on me. So, you know, but life is, guys, this is how relationships have been ruined and how dating and attraction's been ruined is, relationships, monogamy is, again, I've said it in other videos, monogamy is not natural for men and women. It's not, no, let me take that back. Monogamy is natural for women because women want, their nature is to get us men to go against our nature. I mean, look at the Bible. I mean, that's just a piece of it. And I've already talked about religion and how I don't agree with most of it. But there are things that are true in religion. That's not saying they're not. Religion is very accurate, but it doesn't have all the answers. It's got some answers, but it doesn't have all the answers. There's a lot of missing information in religion and religious context. And part of the mind screwing is trying to get people to go against nature, and religion gets men to go against being men. And that women love Christianity because it still makes men dote on women and put the P on a pedestal, right? That's what Christianity does. Oh, well, you got to love yourself like God loved the church. Oh, you got to love women more than you. You got to do, basically, you have to be a slave to women, is what Christianity teaches men. That's not right, though. You see what I'm saying? Nobody on this planet should ever willingly be miserable for another person. And if you're in a relationship with somebody, if you're committing yourself to somebody, if you're a man committing yourself to a woman, you're going against your nature and you're going to be miserable. You think you're going to be happy for a time, and don't get me wrong, you might be for a time because you're getting that snatch and you're getting that physical attention consistently and all that stuff. But what happens when she inevitably takes that P away from you? Because she will at some point. Why? Because all women are manipulative. Sex is a weapon to get what she wants or doesn't want. She's either going to take sex away from you or she's going to give you more of it in order to get what she wants from you. That's manipulation. All women do it. That's why I'm saying all women are manipulative. You can't get, I'm not demonizing women for it. I'm just saying all women are manipulative. Okay? I don't trust any women because of it. I never will. Not fully. Absolutely not. So I'll personally never let a woman move into my house. She ain't gonna manipulate me. I'm never gonna agree to a monogamous relationship with a woman ever again. Again, she can't manipulate me. Men's nature is not monogamy. Men's nature is to go spread our seed and attract a bunch of women if we can. Most men can't do that. Guess what? I can. And I ain't shit. So if I can do it, guess what, guys? You can too. You just got to believe in yourself, man. Believing in yourself is the biggest detriment or the biggest asset you can have. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not gonna do anything in this life. You're not gonna achieve anything. I'm talking to you men. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing that you try to achieve will ever come true, because deep down, you're acting on beliefs that you don't believe it to be so. You don't believe you're worthy of that, right? So in order to even deal with women too, you have to understand and get your internal stuff of yourself figured out, gentlemen, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, it doesn't matter if you find a good woman or not. There are no good women, but you know what I'm saying? Even if you find one that you think's good, guess what? She's going to cheat on you. She's going to leave you because you don't have your shit figured out. You see what I'm saying? And that's, you can't just, you have to understand the opposite gender. And ladies, you have to understand that us men, like I said, you're not the object of our affection. You are for a time, sure. But guess what? We have a ton of love to give. Many women. I do. I'm abundant, man. I've got everything I need and then some. I can help out tons of women. I support women all the time. I love seeing women succeed, but not at the behest of myself. I'm not going to sacrifice my happiness so a woman can succeed. I'm not going to sacrifice my livelihood so a woman can succeed. I'm not going to be miserable for anybody in this life so that they can succeed and be successful and happy, and I'm freaking miserable and unhappy. Why would anybody do that? I don't expect any other person in this world to do that for me either. I think that's extremely selfish, right? And I also think it's extremely selfish of you to expect it. So that's why I say that, because it is. That's why I'll never be miserable for anyone. I'm taking the page out of the women's book on this, gentlemen. You know, like, they don't want to stay with you if they're not happy. So, gentlemen, why are you going to stay with them if you're not happy? I'm just saying, you know, no, life is not all about happiness, but life's too short to be anything but happy. So that's my whole point of why, you know, people don't understand relationships and how this life works, man. Like, I just don't understand it. You're bumbling around trying to have committed relationships when committed relationships aren't natural. It's as simple as that. But society has mind screwed everybody to believe so. I mean, look at all the music and movies and TV shows. Only insecure people need a relationship with somebody else. I don't need that. I'm secure as a clam, man. I love myself. I love my life. I love my dog. I love my family. I love my friends. I have some great relationships with people. But I don't need a woman sleeping next to me every night to be like, all right, I'm good, God. Yeah, I'm good. No, I don't need that. I have everything I need. I've got a roof over my head that doesn't leak. I got clothes on my back. I got food in my stomach. And I don't got to answer to anybody. I got more than I need. What do I need a woman to be happy for? That's what I'm saying. There's more to life than just romantic relationships. You know, that doesn't mean that I don't want to have them, but I understand that romantic relationships don't last our entire lives. Nothing lasts forever in this life, and expecting it to is extremely foolish. But that's the manipulation that women want you to believe. Oh, hey, yeah, you should want this. You should want this body, you know. Hey, marry me. Yeah. You know, why? So you can be a slave to her for your entire life and be miserable and unhappy? Pfft, fuck out of here. Come on now. Let's all be real. Like, even the men that have been married to their women for, 20, 30 years, I know they're miserable too. They're in sexless, dead bedroom marriages. Somebody's miserable in that relationship. Either the man or the woman. Somebody is miserable. That's my whole point, is relationships, monogamous relationships, are not natural and normal. But where society has tried to normalize them in order to get you to go against your nature as people. Especially you men. They don't want you being men. They don't want you, men. When have you gentlemen ever explored your confidence? When have you ever explored and experimented with your confidence like women experiment with their confidence? Look at how many dudes they can pull. And they know it. They're like, oh, this dude's a loser. Oh, this dude's a loser. Oh, fuck this dude. And fuck that dude. And they just, man, I got this. Man, I don't need this. I don't need to go chase after men. Yeah, they always just fawn all over me. That's like, women are confident as hell because they have attention from men all the time, right? But when have you men ever cultivated your confidence and the ability to attract women and then sat in that and then experimented with it? When have you? You never have. And if you've never experienced that in your life, well, you aren't even living as a man, dude. You're a boy. I hate to tell you. I'm just saying. Figure out your confidence, man. Like, you got to figure out how to be attractive to women and then bask in that. Because when you can do that and you can say no to women, when women can come on to you and you can tell them no to their face, that's when you know you're a man. That's when you know you've got stuff going on. Is you can turn women down for sex and turn women down for stuff. That's when you know that you've got yourself under control and you've got your life and you're moving in the direction you're supposed to as a man. If you don't have women throwing themselves at you, you need to work on yourself as a man. Point blank, period. Right? Ladies, you can't expect men to just fawn all over you and to just go dote over you. Like I said, the successful, ambitious men like myself that are out there that you want, and you might not want me, that's fine. I don't care. Well, again, I don't want women that don't want me, so I don't even care that you don't want me. There's plenty of women that don't, but I value, appreciate, adore, and cherish the women that do want me. You see what I'm saying? But ladies, you can't expect men to just fawn all over you. You have to, if you want a certain caliber of man, you have to work and put yourself into his orbit and get his attention and learn how to keep his attention. See, men have a problem attracting women. But if we're good at attracting women, then we can usually keep the woman attracted. Usually. Not always, most of the time. Women. You can easily attract men, tons of men. You can easily attract the men that you want, but you don't know how to keep them attracted. You see what I'm saying? Your keeping skills are lacking, and men's attraction skills are lacking. See what I mean? See the disconnect and why, So dating is messed up for both men and women because dudes don't know how to attract you. But same can be said. You ladies, you're not really attractive. Why would they want to attract you if you've got an air of superiority, a haughty attitude, and you think you're better than all the other women out there and better than men? Like, if you're not approachable or coachable, you're not really a good candidate for men at all. But that goes against men's nature anyways. Men don't look for relationship. Only weak man boys that can't get attention from women look for relationships because they're in a lack mindset. Well, I just want a wife. I know I just want a family. I know I just want one woman and to love her for the rest of my life. And you sound like a bitch, dude. You don't understand women if that's what you expect. Okay? Nothing in this life lasts forever, especially not relationships. Get that out of your head. It's never going to be a possibility. I'll tell you what. And let me test you on this too. You think that relationships are supposed to be how you believe they are? Name me 3 relationships in the comments section below. Name me 3 relationships that you know personally in your life that are the exact relationships that you want, that have never been divorced and that have been perfect the whole time. Go ahead, list them, because they ain't in there. Why? Because relationships don't last forever. So why are you expecting relationships to last forever? All right? Now, that doesn't mean don't value people. That's the whole point, is we should absolutely value people while they're here with us. I don't need to hold on to somebody. What's that song by 38 Special? Hold on loosely. You ever heard that song? Hold on loosely, don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're bound to lose control. They're talking about women in relationships, right? Hold on loosely, don't let go. But if you cling too tightly and be too insecure and too controlling, you're bound to lose control. Because it's all about balance. I talk about it all the time. It's balance, man. Everything in life is balance. And it's all balance, man. So, anyways, gentlemen, you got to work on yourselves, man. Ladies, you got to get this freaking stuff out of your head. You got to get off social media because it's literally rotting your brain. Gentlemen, you got to get off the video games because it's literally rotting your brain, okay? It is putting you into disconnect. It's making your mind disconnected from reality. The accolades that you attain in virtual reality world doesn't gain you confidence. That's all an ego boost. It's the same thing from women on social media, getting attention from people on social media. It's a false ego boost. It's not confidence. If you knew how to cultivate your confidence, well, then you wouldn't have a problem attracting women, would you? Nope. I'm confident as heck in myself. And that comes across in my interactions with women out in public, everywhere. I talk to everybody all the time. Hey, how you doing? Oh, how you doing? Oh, cool. How's your day going? Oh, really? Oh, what's up with that? I love just talking to random people and getting to know people because I get to practice my social skills and practice my developing rapport with people and making people comfortable around me in order to give me information about themselves. See, you have to make people comfortable with you so that they give you information about themselves. And that's all in how you talk to people. And especially women. That the same principle can be applied to women. Absolutely. Gentlemen, you want to get good with women, you need to know how to talk to women and communicate with them. And I don't just mean on the phone. I mean what you say and how you say it, right? Like, you have to learn how to engage women internally, like, and engage and elicit emotional response from women, because that's how you attract them. All right, women aren't attracted to just this, surface level. They're attracted to what's the energy and your internals. They can pick up on your insecurity or not from a mile away. Women can smell insecurity on a man like sharks can smell blood in the water from miles away. They pick up on it like that, and they don't even think about it. They just know. They can just innately, and then they have a conscious thought like, "Oh, dude, that guy's giving me the ick. Oh, I gotta get away from him." But they can pick up on it like that, and it's all you. It's all your fault as men. It's not women's fault. It's your fault because you haven't cultivated yourself as a man. So it's not women's fault. You're not getting laid. It's your fault. But ladies, it is your fault that you're not getting attention from men because, well, you're haughty and got an air of superiority. And that ain't attractive to even the good dudes, because guess what? I don't want to talk to you all that have an attitude like that. Absolutely not. I don't want nothing to do with you. If I ever see a woman out in public that has an attitude like that, I don't even say anything to her. She doesn't even know that I'm there. I move away from her so fast, not because I'm scared of her. Absolutely not. I don't want to be around that energy. I don't want to be around that nasty selfishness and arrogance and haughtiness at all. Because that's what it is. You're, good, like, I shouldn't even say good women, because there's no such thing as good women. They're all manipulative in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, we all got to work on ourselves. I do too. I've had to work on myself to get to where I'm at today. I've done a crap load of work on myself. You think it just poof magically appeared? No. I had to purposefully work on myself, build my knowledge, build, my self-control, build my self-esteem, all that stuff in order to get where I'm at. It wasn't given to me. Nobody gave me anything. I had to work for it. I had to earn it. I had to grow as a man. And it took some hard lessons to do that. And guess what? You guys and girls need some hard freaking lessons in order to do that, because you don't have what you want, and there's a reason why you don't have what you want, because you don't know how to get it. You see what I'm saying? I get what I want from women: sex. That's all I need. That's all I need from women. I don't need them to do my laundry. Don't need them to cook for me. Don't need them to clean for me. I don't need to take them out on date. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need the women to do nothing for me. Just fuck me. Or I want to fuck them. I'm the fucker. They're the fucky. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I just need sex. Just connection physical connection every now and again. I don't even need it every day. Just once every few months. And I'm good. I don't need a relationship with people to be happy. Or an intimate relationship with a woman to be happy. Absolutely not. In fact, I'm happier without that. Why? No drama. No mental health problems. No worrying about cheating on me. But I don't have those expectations. But again, no, none of that. I don't got to worry about her deceiving me, lying to me, any of that. Why? Because I don't let them around. But briefly, I hold them at arm's length. I get what I need, and I give them what they need a little bit too. Absolutely. Some reassurance, some emotional support, all that jazz. But, it's a good trade-off. But I'm not trying to commit my whole entire life to one person. Why? That's not how life works. That's foolish and stupid to think of, right? So that's the main thing. You guys got to get that out of your head. Nothing in this life lasts forever, especially not relationships. And if you're looking for relationships to do that, you're extremely insecure. That's why you're looking for that. And you need to work on yourself some more. Gentlemen, you got to understand this stuff. Ladies, you got to understand this stuff. You know, people need to be better. Men need to be better. Women need to be better. But you also need to stop having unrealistic expectations for the opposite gender because, well, they're never going to be able to live up to them. You know? So let's all be realistic. Anyways, that's what I got for y'all today. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. Hopefully I'll be putting out videos later. I don't know if there's something you want me to talk about in depth in particular. Leave a comment. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me if you hate it. Tell me if you hated anything I got to say, or if you loved it, or whatever. All of your feedback is welcome. Like I said, I have these conversations with people all the time in real life with my clients, and everybody literally that I talk to is pretty much in agreement with me, except for the people that are extremely religious and don't understand human nature. So, and even the ones that do understand human nature still try to justify the monogamy. But anyways, that's a whole nother, we can talk about later. So anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cool.